Hi everyone, and welcome to your stretch Pilates flow. This flow is going to be a quick 20-minute stretch. It will be focused on some quite basic Pilates moves. We will move nice and slowly and just take this time to really relax and recover the body. It's perfect for you at the end of the week if you're looking to find some flexibility through the muscles and relax the body, ready for a nice week of workouts ahead. Or if you're in your menstrual phase and you feel like doing some movement, but nothing too intense, but you still want to get the benefits of exercise, then stretch Pilates is perfect for that. So I'm going to get started at the back of the mat. I want you to take a nice dip down into your legs, open up, extend, breathe, and extend your spine as long as it will go. And then exhale, tucking chin to chest and just decompressing the spine and starting to roll down through the back, keeping the knees nice and soft, keeping the head really heavy, and finding that full extension over the body. Taking a nice deep breath in and deep breath out, softening into the knees and just start to roll back up. Restacking the spine, one vertebrae at a time, all the way until you come up to stand on your mat. Taking a nice roll out through your shoulders. Let's go again, dipping down into the knees, opening it up, extend, breathing in. And breathing out, tucking chin to chest and rolling down, decompressing your spine, one vertebrae at a time, keeping your head really heavy all the way until you find that beautiful forward fold. Placing the hands down to the floor, we're just going to take a pedal out through your legs, so extending your right leg and bending into the left, and then switch, extend the left, bend the right. Switch, going nice and slow, using your breath to work through these movements. Keep your head really heavy, feeling that stretch through the back of the leg. Let's go 2 more. Good, all right, bending into that left leg, let's extend through the right side. I want you to place your left hand on the floor and just open up with your right arm up towards the sky. So finding that extension through the right leg and extension through the right arm and opening up through the chest. One more deep breath in and exhale. Good, coming back through to the center. Let's extend the left leg, bend into the right, and then open up through the left side, breathing in. And breathing out. Trying to relax your head, trying to bring that chest down a little bit closer to your thighs. One more deep breath. And exhale, coming back through to the center. Now try and extend both legs back as long as they'll go. So trying to remove the soft bend from your knees and push your legs as straight as they'll go. Trying to keep your chest as low down towards your feet as possible while doing this. One deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's push down, chest to thighs, and just hold for another moment in this forward fold. And then when you're ready, softening into those knees again, and let's just walk the hands down along the mat and pike your hips up into downward dog. All right, let's come to a nice pedal here with the feet. Just pedaling one leg out, bending into the other, finding that beautiful extension through the back of your lower spine, pushing your chest down to your legs as far as it will go, and every time you extend one leg, find that beautiful stretch through the foot and through the back of the hamstring. Good, and when you're ready, we're going to place both feet down towards the floor. And now lifting both ankles up off the ground, taking a nice spinal wave all the way forward to find a high plank position. Then holding your core, setting your body, use your upper body strength to drop your chest to the floor, and then untuck your toes and push your chest up to allow that spine to extend completely, and find upward dog. First upward dog here today. Good, taking a nice deep breath in. And deep breath out. Push your hips down into the floor and try and bring your shoulders down and away from your ears as much as you can. Good, now let's take a nice look over your right shoulder with your head. And then we'll just look over your left shoulder. And then we'll come back through to the center. Pushing one more time. Keeping that head up, keeping your low back really pushing down. And then when you're ready, we're going to drop that chest down to the floor, tuck your back toes, pike those hips back up, and push back to find downward dog. Let's just come back to that pedal. Pedaling into the feet and extending through the low spine bit by bit to increase the flexibility as we go. Okay, let's go for another 3, 2, 1. All right, now placing both heels back down to the floor. I want you to find your weight in your left foot. You're going to sweep that right leg up into a 3-legged dog. It doesn't matter how high your leg goes. Just try and keep that pelvis nice and square to the mat. And then extend through the back of that left leg. Trying to keep your head down and trying not to let it get stiff and stick up. Enjoy your stretch here for another 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, we're going to sweep that right leg forward to meet your hands on your mat. Now we're going to drop that back knee and untuck the left toes. What I want you to do is take your time to keep your hips pushing down into the mat and make sure that your weight is in the heel of that right foot. And then when you're ready, we're going to come up and find a high torso in the lunge position. Good. When you're ready, we're going to bring those hands up overhead to take a nice beautiful reach up towards the sky, pushing those hips down and down into your mat. And when you're ready, I want you to just cactus your arms back behind you, squeezing the back of your body and keeping your shoulders away from your ears. And then extend up again long. Inhale, exhale, cactus those arms. Let's go. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, cactus it back. Final one. Inhale, open it up long. Exhale, cactus it back. And then let's just find the hands on the floor next to the foot. From here, keeping this leg straight in front of you, you're going to push your hips back and allow your right leg to straighten out, trying to keep that chest down towards your leg. Finding that beautiful stretch through the front leg, noticing how it will be stretching all the way from your hamstring and into that lower back. Again, coming to your head, trying to relax your head and using your breath to work through the movement. Good. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Push your body down towards your leg as far as it will go and find that beautiful stretch through the back of your hamstring. Good. And then coming back to find your low lunge, I want you to place your weight into your left hand and then open up your right arm up towards the sky. Taking a nice beautiful spinal twist, trying to stay low into that lunge. And then when you're ready, I want you to sweep your right arm back towards your left foot. And then if you can, bring your left toes in and grab them with your right hand. So we're having a beautiful spinal twist here and a very intense quad stretch. If this is too much, you can just keep your toes on the floor and just reach your arm back and look back towards your foot. Otherwise, intensifying that stretch by pulling the leg in. Good. And let's just breathe here for another 2 breaths. Breathing in and breathing out, relaxing into those moves. One more, breathing in and breathing out. Pushing those hips down as low as they'll go. And then when you're ready, we're just going to drop that leg back down to the floor. Place your hands back on your mat, tuck your left back toes and sweep your right leg up, pushing those hips all the way back up into downward dog. All right, taking a beautiful deep breath in. And as you deep breath out, you're going to place your weight into your right foot this time and sweep that left leg up into 3-legged dog. Good, remember, doesn't matter how high the leg goes, try and keep your hips square to the mat, control your position, and just enjoy the stretch through the back of the right leg this time and through the low spine and the shoulders. Taking one more deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let's sweep that left leg forward. Left foot comes to meet your hands on the floor. Dropping the back knee, untucking the back toes and into low lunge. Just taking your time here to find your torso high and sink your hips down into the mat. Remember to try and keep the weight through the back of your left foot and make sure that your toes are the furthest point forward. Good. Whenever you're ready and you're finding a comfortable spot, let's sweep those arms up overhead to take a beautiful reach. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, we're going to cactus the arms, squeezing the back and opening the chest. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, cactus and squeeze your back strong through your core. Inhale, opening it up. Exhale, cactus. Notice how you might feel tight through the legs. Try and relax the legs as you move your arms. One more. Cactus it back. Squeeze and breathe. And then place those hands back down next to your foot. We're going to place the weight into the right hand this time. You're going to take a beautiful twist and open up to the left side. Trying to keep your hips hinging down into the floor. One more deep breath here. And then exhale, sweeping that left hand all the way back to look towards your right foot. If it feels comfortable here, you can stay here. Otherwise, lifting that right foot up to grab your toes with your left hand and just relax, sinking deep into your stretch, feeling that beautiful spinal twist and that very intense quad stretch. We tend to be quite tight in this position, so it can feel quite uncomfortable. I'm feeling it with you. Try and relax. When you feel your body getting tense into a stretch, try and breathe. And use the breath to relax. Good, let's go one more deep breath here, breathing in. And breathing out. Relax as low as you can go into your stretch for today. And then releasing that back foot. Let's place those hands back down by your front foot. I forgot the hamstring stretch, so I'm going to do it now. Keeping that left foot where it is. Let's hinge those hips back and straighten out through that front leg. Pushing that chest down towards your left thigh. Good, and just relax. And notice how your stretch likes to go all the way through your hamstring and up into your lower back. Relaxing through your head, relaxing through your neck. Lovely. Taking one more deep breath in. And deep breath out. Pushing down as low as you can for today. And then hinging back forward to find your low lunge. Let's tuck those right back toes. Sweep that left leg back up. Push those hips back to find downward dog. All right, so we're going to come back to that spinal wave to upward dog one more time. So lifting those heels up off the floor, finding a beautiful wave all the way from your toes through into the crown of your head to find that high plank and hold. Set your core, use your upper body to drop your chest, untuck your toes, and then lift your chest up towards the sky. Breathe. Feel that beautiful expansion and feel how this time it's likely easier than the last time that you did it. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's take a look over that right shoulder. And a look over your left shoulder. Back through the center. One more big extension up. Maybe you want to tilt your head back. Breathe in and exhale. Bring that chest back down to the floor. Strong through the core. Tuck your back toes. Push those hips back up into downward dog. All right. Lovely. Maybe you want to come back to that pedal. Maybe not. Whatever feels natural for you. Whatever feels good in your class today. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to place the weight back into the left foot. We're going to find that three-legged dog one more time on the right side. Right leg is up, left leg is stable. Finding that beautiful balance. This time we're going to sweep that right leg in. You're going to bring your right knee to meet your right wrist on the mat. Untuck your back toes and just take your time to walk that right foot up so that your right shin is parallel to the front of your mat. You're going to find that pigeon pose. If you have to bend your back leg, that's fine as well. Just do what you can and do what feels right for you in the class today. Good. Now placing your right hand on the outside of your right thigh, I want you to just take a nice sweep over and extend through the left side of the body. Trying to push those hips down towards the mat as much as possible. Inhale, exhale, sweep it back through to the center, and then let's just walk those hands down along your mat. And if it feels good, find your head relaxing on your hands in front of you on the mat. And just relax. Feel how that glutes is taking a really big stretch right now. The more that you walk your foot forward to be parallel with the front of the mat, the more stretch that you'll feel. But of course, we're all at different levels, so we have to do what feels right. And just find your point of stretch for today. Good, we're going to take one more deep inhale. Deep exhale. And then when you're ready, tucking your back toes, finding the weight through your hands, pushing those hips back up, feet come together, and find downward dog. Good, all right, let's go onto that right side. Right leg is stable, left leg comes up, three-legged dog. Find your stretch. Find what feels good for you today. You'll notice your body's feeling supple now. To keep working through the end of this stretch. When you're ready, let's sweep that left leg through. Left knee comes towards your left wrist. Untuck your back toes and just take your time. Take the time that you need to find your left foot as far as it will go up towards the front of the mat. Remember, if you need to bend that back leg and find a half pigeon, that's fine. Otherwise, trying to keep that nice extension through the right leg. Placing your left hand on the outside of your left thigh. We're going to sweep that right arm over and open up to the side to extend. Trying to keep that left side of your hip nice and shining down to the mat, the right side of your hip, sorry. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's sweep it back, come through the center. walk those hands down along your mat and just bring your body forward if it feels comfortable for you. Place your head down on your hands in front of you on your mat and release the body. Use your breath to allow your body to relax into your stretch. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. We're going to go one more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Relax the body as much as it can into that stretch. Relax your left glute. And just stretch as far as you can for today. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to find the weight through your hands. Tuck your right back toes. Sweep that left leg back. Feet come to meet. Hips come up. Downward dog. And we're going to take one more beautiful spinal wave forward. So pushing the heels all the way down to the mat. And then lift your heels up. Find that wave all the way through from your ankles, through your entire spine to the crown of your head. And find yourself in high plank, strong, and set your core. Then use your upper body to drop your chest, untuck your toes, and lift your chest. Find that beautiful extension through your spine, opening up for upward dog. Inhale, exhale, pushing your shoulders down away from your ears, allowing that low pelvis to push down into the mat. We're going to take a beautiful look over your right shoulder and a look over your left. And then looking all the way up, one final beautiful extension. Maybe allow your head to tilt back, stretch through the front of the neck. Now exhale, coming all the way down to the mat. Strong through your core. Allow your knees to go wide on your mat and just push your hips back, keeping your hands nice and stretched out across the floor, finding child's pose. You can walk your hands away from you as far as you can and just allow your hips to melt down into the mat and allow your spine to take that beautiful stretch, relaxing stretch. Good. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then we're just going to come up and find our way onto our bums into a cross-legged position here on the mat. And we're just going to take 3 grounding breaths. So taking a nice deep inhale, opening up through the arms and stretching up towards the sky, breathing in. Exhale, breathing out, hands come down by your side, spine stays long. And again, opening it up, breathing in. And exhale, breathing out. Final deep breath in, opening it up, extend. Exhale, breathing out. Now, I want you to bring your hands to your body, placing one hand on your chest, placing one hand on your stomach. Feel free to close down your eyes. And I want you to just take a moment of grounding here to finish off that beautiful flow. The aim of the grounding is to bring the nervous system back down to rest, calming the body so that it feels safe and relaxed. That's why we have one hand on our chest and one hand on our stomach, to feel the core and feel the center of the body, and to tell ourselves we are safe, we are calm, we are relaxed. Let's say it together one more time. I am safe, I am calm, I am relaxed. Beautiful. I want you to just stay here for another 10 seconds or so and try to calm your mind. Try to remove thoughts of rushing or thoughts of stress from the mind, and enjoy the moment of stillness here to allow us to be strong going forward. And when you're ready, we're going to take one final deep inhale and deep exhale. Breathe it all out. Slowly starting to open up your eyes, maybe taking a final roll out of your shoulders, and you are all done. Thank you for joining me for that stretch class. I love that you're here for the stretch class. Stretching is just as important as working out, and taking time to be mindful and care for the body and care for the mind at the same time is just as important as pushing ourselves and working really hard. It's also important to be still and to be soft. And the mixture of the two is what makes us strong as a whole. So thank you for joining me, and I can't wait to see you on the next class.